Mhm.
Hi, everyone. We're welcome. We're very happy to have you here today at the Journey of Awakening. And I am very pleased and proud to introduce my friend and a person who literally saved my feet. Her name is Jessica Godsie Sawyer, and I'm going to tell you a little story about her. I first met her when I was just going to go get a pedicure at her shop in our downtown here where I live, and I was dressed pretty well. I mean, I thought, oh, good, I'm going to look okay when I go down there. And I have a lot of health issues. She took one look at my feet and said, "You're just not well." And I was like, "I look pretty good. How in the world did you know that?" I had on proper clothes, I had on makeup, I looked pretty good compared to some other days when you might catch me doing something else. But it was very funny because she knew. All she had to do was look at my nails and she knew I wasn't okay. And it astounded me. And she said to me, "Don't ever put polish on your toenails or your fingernails because you need to be able to see them to see what condition you're in." And it impressed me so much. I haven't gone to anybody since. She's the only person I will go to. And she has a little shop in our downtown here. She's in a historic stone building that used to be a part of a mill complex, I believe. And at one point was the studio for a potter here in town. But it's a beautiful little place, and she's got a room for everything to do anything you need her to do. She can do pedicures, manicures, hairstyling, Reiki, massage, all kinds of facial uh, things that she can talk about better than I can because I'm not good at that kind of thing. But I have had one of her facials. I mean, it was really good. It just makes you want to drift off into Never Never Land. So I'm really happy to have her here today, and she's going to offer you something that we'll show a little bit later here. And I'm just so happy to have you here. You literally saved my feet. In the last year, I've had a lot of trouble with my left foot in particular. It's well now. My left foot and foot nails are all fine now, which was because of Jessica. So she literally saved my feet more than once. Every time I get into trouble, I go, "Jessica, and I'm terrible. I wait till like 20 months have gone by before I go back to get her to work on my feet again." And she's like, "You really need to come a little bit more often." Yeah, when your toenails look like Dr. Fu Manchu, you need to go back. I also want to thank her for being with us today. She's had some tragedies in her family. And I want to dedicate this particular show to her dad, Ike, because I just think he should have that honor with us today. So thank you, Jessica. And we're happy to dedicate this to your dad. And welcome to our little tiny show here.
Well, thank you, and thank you for dedicating to my dad. He's gone through a lot over the last year. I'm excited to be here. I know when you and I would talk, you would talk about your podcasts, and I was so excited. And then, we were talking about me coming on, and ever since then, I've been on this podcast high, waiting for today to come. Thank you.
It's our pleasure. And let's not forget my dear partner in crime, I like to call her, our hostess, Helena. We had a little tech issue this morning, but we all seem to be here and in one piece, which is a good thing.
I think we do it. It
So
happens every single time almost.
yeah, I think the universe doesn't like something about us. Maybe I don't know. It's kind of weird,
Too bad.
but yeah, too bad. We always manage to get on. We do sometimes get booted off. Weird things happen, but we usually manage to get through a whole a whole show without some kind of really terrible issue.
Mm.
So I'm glad to say we made it on. Everybody's here, and I think that actually Alina knows more about uh, the physical things that you do. I know more about the energetic things that you do. Would you y- you might want to strangle me for this, but you had a few issues with the little place that you have your shop. You want to tell people about your few issues, or should we keep them a secret?
Oh, let's see. Issues, fun issues, great experiences. Yes. So, I'm a second level Reiki practitioner going to my third. But I've always, ever since I was a kid, I've always been able to have a little bit of that sensitivity and that intuition towards things. And yeah, we do get some activity down at the spa. I have a little girl. She likes to definitely make her presence known back there near the pedicure chairs and in service room 1 and 2, where I do waxing and facials. Her favorite colors are red and pink. Sometimes I like to come in and I always pay attention to the nail polishes, and looks like somebody's went by and kind of poked the polishes a couple of, and there's always the pinks and the reds. I keep a red marble down there for her and a few other little things for her to play. But when I walk in the morning, I have an older gentleman that meets me at the door, and he walks me to my desk, and he's like a grandfather figure. I feel very loved and very protected when he's there. And he walks me to my desk. It's like he's just, good morning. I'm going to make sure you get inside okay. And we've had a few other incidences with some stuff. It's a very old building. It was built in 1865. So, old buildings come with their own
Inhabitants.
noises and quirky sounds and things like that. And so, you got to differentiate what is the quirky sounds and what's some activity going on down there. It's
But
a
you
lot
always,
of fun, though. Every day is always something.
but you always sense it, and you can see them, right? You can see them when they're there.
Yes. Well, not all the time. I do feel them, and I get to see them once in a while. The little girl let us be able to visually see her the other day. So
Oh.
that was a lot of fun.
Is it stronger during full moons? Do you notice?
I can definitely tell a little bit of a difference. It honestly, I think I get the strongest activity when I have irritated them.
Oh,
Usually if I'm gone for a long time, like when I go on vacation, or if I'm gone for more than 2 or 3 days and come back, it's very heavy in there. Can definitely feel things. But yeah, I can definitely tell when there is a full moon coming. It does help escalate things. And when Mercury is in retrograde, always.
that makes sense to me. How did you first start with Reiki? What drew you into learning about Reiki?
So, like I said, ever since I was very young, I'm talking like elementary school years, I've always known there was something there. And it scared me when I was little. I didn't know what it was. Nobody talked about being as sensitive,
Yeah.
45 years ago. That was something you didn't talk about. You didn't talk about, yes, you can feel things and you just know things. And it was later in my adult life before I started realizing that I actually have a gift. And this is something that I can use and learn about and be more in touch with. And I actually had a friend of mine came in one day, and he goes, you really are a sensitive. He goes, I can feel it. And that, again, that was something you never talked about. And I've known him for years. And it's just been something in the last years that's become, I guess you want to, not normal, but it just kind of goes with the flow. That's part of it. So when I reached out to my Reiki master, I was like, I need to start getting in tune with things. I want to understand things, because I can also see color sometimes. And I
Yeah.
just needed to get in touch with all of that. And Reiki was, for me, the first step and the most successful step that I've taken.
Do you see the aura, the energy field of people when you're working on them?
I do. It's not something that I see all the time with people, but I do. I definitely feel it. I do see colors. If I'm seeing a color, then the other person, that's also mean that they're open and they're understanding to energy fields and things like that too. I do get resistance from people, but yeah, overall, I can pretty much peg how somebody is. If they're a good person, they're having troubles the minute that I meet them.
Mm-hmm. You see a color around me?
Actually, yes, I see yellow and green.
Oh, neat. What does that mean?
Well, it can be grounding. I think you're dehydrated. If you want to know the truth, I don't think you drink enough water.
That's true.
There you go. Because what I'm feeling is digestive, stomach issues, but that doesn't mean like a full thing. It could just simply be from the dehydration that you're not drinking enough water. You might be somebody that drinks too many sodas. So yeah,
I drink a low sugar tea.
Oh, that's good.
but you still get sugar.
Yeah, it's about 6 grams in a can. I add water to it.
Okay.
I
You need more
probably
water.
I definitely need more water. I agree with that.
That's incredible. That's amazing. I'm happy about this already. Let's keep going. And it's 11:11 for heaven's sakes. Of all the good numbers we could get.
Right.
Yeah, even my Reiki master has told me how impressed she is with me because when I can read people and pick up on things with them. Oh, another friend / client of mine, I kept telling her, I was like, I need to come to your house. I said, I can't explain it, but I need to come. And she was like, well, I do have, I think, some activity down in my cellar. I said, don't say another word. I don't want you to say another word to me. I said, I'm going to describe to you what I see, what I feel. And I had never been to her house, never seen a picture of it. I was able to describe her cellar, the way the steps were walking in, the narrowing passage into the back area, and pretty much tell her what was happening and going on down there before I'd even been there.
Incredible.
Neat.
It's incredible.
Well, everybody has the ability. I mean, it's your energy work. And I mean, if you just sit and stay in tune with it, pay attention. You know how sometimes a crazy thought might come into your mind and you're just like, well, that's random. Well, stop and think about it for a minute.
They're not random thoughts.
Right.
Definitely
Just think
never
about
random.
it for a minute. And as far as with the energy work, you ever have a day where you get up and you just can't get it together, like you go to make coffee and you forget to, put enough coffee grinder in it, or, you're just off balance and you just can't figure it out. And you get home and you're just like, this day has just been crazy. A lot of that is when your energy and your chakras are out of alignment.
Makes sense to me.
Also, when we get hurt, it's our instinct to put our hand on it. Like we'll grab it.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. So if more people would stay in tune, especially to themselves when their body's talking to them, if I get up and kind of am off balance and it's, how you just can't quite get a thought in your brain, but you're still trying to do your morning routine, and sometimes I have to stop and be like, okay. And I have a breathing technique and we can go over that, and just to help get yourself resituated and aligned. And if it doesn't work, that's where Reiki comes in. Reiki helps with that energy work, pulling out the bad energy, making sure the good energy stays.
Do you do it remotely too? Do you also send to people? So if we had people who are viewing this from some other part of the world, if they contacted you, would you be able to send them or tell them what you see about them? Can you contact people like that?
Yes. We can do video chat and I can do a simple phone call. But yeah, I do that. I also work with small children and animals too.
Oh, nice. That's awesome.
I have 5 grandchildren. And the funny thing is, like if a few weeks ago, grandbaby number 3 had a tummy ache and she come over there and she said, Grandmommy, I need your magic hands.
Aww.
And I put my hands on them, and they say that quite often. Grandmommy, I need you to rub my face, or Grandmommy, I need your hands. They may not understand Reiki and energy work, but they know something with Grandmommy's hands, and I need to be there.
Nice. That's awesome.
Yeah, we're getting them started early.
Wow, we've got some people watching us today. So I'm going to just put it out there. Anybody watching who wants to send Jessica a question, put it in the chat. That
Oh,
would be
yes.
great.
I'm ready for questions.
We love questions.
So I have something that I can show. So right here, I don't know how well you can see it, but you can see I have a pendulum.
Pendulum. Yeah.
Okay. And this is a good way to help start your energy journey. So if you hold it very still,
Go a little bit higher so we can get you all on the. There you go.
can you see it
Perfect.
okay?
Yep, we can see it
Okay.
better now.
So you hold it still over someone's head, and I'm going to swing it on purpose. So it can do this kind of number, and the bigger it gets, the more energy and more in tune they are. So I love taking my pendulum places, and sometimes I don't even tell people I'm doing it. I just stand over top of them, and I'm like, "Well, hi, how are you?" and let the pendulum, which helps.
Do
Yeah.
you do it with pets as well? Are you
Yes,
able to
ma'am.
do that?
Yes, ma'am. I do it with mine, and I do have several people that call me. Um, in fact, we had a friend of mine had a dog that wasn't feeling well. Went over there, and I told. As soon as I put my hands on the dog, I told her I was like, "There's something wrong here. There's something like that a vet needs to take care of." And the dog had swallowed a
Oh,
ball, but it was like a kind of like the insides of what a baseball would be, and it was blocking their intestines. So
oh.
yeah, but I knew there was something going on in there.
And I hope they were able to get it out.
They were. Dog was fine. Dog was fine.
Do people ask you to find their lost pets? I get that a lot, but I cannot find lost pets for the life of me. I'm too.
To be honest with you, I have not ventured in that direction with things. I am starting to do some study and research to understand that aspect a little bit.
Yeah,
But
because that's a very common thing. People lose their pets. I get that all the time, but I cannot find pets because I'm too attached to animals. So I can't do it. I never get a very good, clear. I'm like, no, you need to go to somebody else who does pets. I don't do pets. Sorry.
I've seen a few stories where it's really beneficial to leave a piece of the clothing that the owners have in the woods so the pet can find it.
because they know your smell,
Yeah.
they can pick up on that, and they can smell it from a really far distance too.
Mm-hmm.
So I love Jessica's shop. It's in this great building and it's such a beautiful little cozy place. And she does lots and lots of things there. Now, I am not a fashionista. I don't know I don't much about makeup. I've never been that kind of person. I'm simple is good for me. But tell us a little bit about what you do in terms of self-care and health and well-being besides save people's feet.
Okay, so just like my website says, it's health, wealth, health, wellness, indulgence. You know, People think, well, I'm gonna go have a spa service, and they think automatically that it's this luxury, and but it's there's so much more before you get to the luxury part. For instance, we'll start off with pedicures. Your feet take you everywhere in life. So you need
Yes.
to be kind to your feet. Okay. And when you come in and get a pedicure, you sit in a chair that has a whirlpool in it. And that whirlpool action helps several things. It helps for the blood circulation for your feet, which helps with the oxygen to be able to get down into your feet, your toes, and your toenails. Believe it or not, your toenails and your fingernails need the oxygen to be able to go through. People who have back pains a lot of times will come in, and I tell them, I was like, well, let's start off with a simple pedicure. They look at me like I'm crazy. But that starts getting the feet to wake up, your lower leg, that helps with that circulation, which will eventually help with the rest of your body. Um, you know, in being indulged and being pampered is wonderful. We all like to do that. But you need to think of it as taking care of yourself first. For instance, with a facial, you come in and not only are we doing a good deep cleanse and we're opening up the pores and we're getting all this stuff out, but when you get to the facial massage, again, we're promoting that circulation. And if you're somebody that has dark circles under your eyes, let's do a little eye circling. Let's start getting that blood flowing. Let's wake up the skin and just let your skin know, hey, we are paying attention to you. Not only will you feel better, but you get the inside parts of your body going, your energy gets going, and also you start to balance yourself out, which goes back to the chakras and the Reiki. So it all really falls in place together.
Nomad Eddie says that's brilliant idea to leave clothing outside. How about that?
Oh, about the dog.
About the dog. Yeah. What a good idea.
And I do full body waxing on men and women. Okay. I wax any body part. Not scared of it. Don't care what it looks like. I wax it all. A lot of people can't shave, and people talk about having issues with shaving. And that can be people shave their eyebrows, their lip, underarm, chest, back, legs. A lot of times with the waxing, not only does the waxing, is it quicker and lasts longer, but the wax does, like I use a vitamin E wax that helps to soothe the skin once we open those pores. So there's a lot of benefits for your overall health and well-being with just about every service that I offer.
It's not a luxury. It really is taking care of self. I had to learn that with my feet. You're making me want to come get a facial, though.
Come on. Let's stop
I'll
it.
be right back.
You know where I'm at, right?
I know exactly where you're at. So that's exciting. Alina, do you have questions for her that are more sensible than what I might ask?
You have any secrets for dark spots?
Dark spots. So let me just be honest. As we mature and get older, there are things that are naturally going to happen. Dark spots and things like that also depends on how much you've been outside. Also depends.
I love the sun.
Okay, so also depends on if are you somebody who has been taking care of your skin with a skincare routine or not. All of those things factor in. I ask lots of questions to people. So for you, I would say, are you on a skincare routine?
Somewhat, yeah. I'm just starting, yeah.
Okay. Do you use a cleanser?
No, not really.
Okay. Do you use a moisturizer?
I use beef tallow.
Okay. And do you have a toner?
I have a spray that I just started using. It has like rose water and a lot of natural stuff in there.
Rose is one of the best things you can do for your skin, top to bottom.
Yeah.
Then I would ask you things like, do you spend a lot of time outside?
Yeah, she does. She walks her dog about 25,000 miles a day.
And do you use sunscreen?
Nope.
No. Okay, so right now I see all these X marks, like we need to have a serious talk. If you were in the shop, we would sit down and talk about all of these things in more detail. So for you with as far as the dark spot side, first thing I would do is advise you to be exfoliating probably every other night for about 2 weeks. And you want a medium grade exfoliant. Don't try to get something that's too grainy because that can actually make your skin worse. So start there with the exfoliation. You will start seeing a huge difference with that. Then back after 2 weeks of that, back down to every third day. And then once you did that, we would start talking about a good skincare routine for you, which would include a cleanser that would be exactly for your skin type, a moisturizer, and also a toner. Those steps are very important. Of course, the cleanser is going to help keep your skin clean, and it's going to get all the dirt, excess oils and things off and keep your pores open.
I use baby wipes to get the dirt and stuff off.
And you got to be careful because some baby wipes have alcohol. Some alcohol is okay, but it can also strip oils and things that you need on your face.
It's supposedly an all-natural one.
I understand. Okay. So it's probably got aloe in it, and it might have, a little bit of eucalyptus in it. Sometimes they do that. Then we would talk about a moisturizer that would be suitable for your skin, and a toner. Toner is big. Toner is a pH balancer for your skin, and it just feels good. It's a nice skin refresher. So that's where we would
Neat.
start in skincare.
Neat. Interesting. Thank you.
Oh, we have a question for you. Any
Okay.
suggestions for someone battling
Rosacea.
Thank you. I have
Yeah.
already cut sugar, currently using mild cleanser and vitamin E oil.
Okay, well, they're on the right start, but also I can't see the chat. So ask that person, are they using a toner at all? Any type of toner?
Alicia, are you using any type of? I think your daughter or somebody
Yeah.
has sending you a message. You read that to her.
Hi,
That's
Mom.
funny.
Your favorite child dropping in to show support. I love you.
That's my daughter, Erin. Yes.
Yeah.
That's
Who
so
is on
cute.
skincare, who has been doing skincare since she was very little. Both of my children and my grandchildren, we have skincare time. Very important.
Oh, nice.
Alicia says that she does not use toner.
Okay, so I would recommend for her that one thing I would do would, first of all, I would ask her what type of cleanser, what type of moisturizer she's using. And I always tell people, don't be afraid to send me a picture of it. Let me research the ingredients and evaluate what type of skin you have, if it's good for you. And definitely a toner, because like I said, the toner helps to balance your skin's pH system. It will get in there. It will help balance out. Rosacea, unfortunately, it is something. I mean, if you have it, you have it. But there are things that we can do to help cool it down. For instance, there is a cooling facial. There's a cooling mask. And that will help just calm down some of that redness to where it's not quite as bright. And then you would put on a gentle moisturizer. With rosacea, though, you got to be very, very careful with exfoliating and the type of exfoliant that you use, because you could aggravate it and actually make it look worse, make it look redder, make it look like it has spread. I hope that helps. Just call me. Shoot me a text. We'll talk.
Do we have Jessica's information?
Yeah, I put it up. That's her website.
That's her
Information.
website.
That's my
What about?
website. But do my do the phone number. Chat text messaging and a phone call is a lot easier and quicker for me.
Okay.
I agree. Me too.
And I like to just let everybody know, give me 24 hours. So if you sent that message today at 11:28, give me till tomorrow at 11:28. If I have not answered you, then shoot me another one. Be like, did you get my message?
Good
Don't
idea.
expect a response from me on Sundays. Anytime after noon on Saturdays, Sundays, and Monday mornings. That's grandbaby time, and that's precious time.
That's so sweet. And I love it that your daughter showed up, and I'm glad she's here watching. Thank you
Yeah.
for coming. Thank you all for coming.
Yes.
It's so sweet. I'm so glad that happened. Yeah, there's your number up there.
That's it. Perfect.
Do
Yeah,
you also
I've been very lucky. Both of my children have been very supportive, especially my girl boy, right there with me.
does are you also on WhatsApp by chance in case somebody's calling you from some remote place on the world in the earth?
I'm not, but if they need that, we can always get that taken care of and situated. I'm also on Facebook. People can find me on Facebook and we can chat through Facebook Messenger. We can do video chats through there.
You have another question. Do you want to read that one for her, Dawn?
Hold on, I'm doing the phone number thing.
Oh, okay. You did. It says, "Are you familiar with?" And I am not sure how to pronounce this word. But it's Sjogren. She says that her only routine is sweet almond oil.
That's the only thing that she's using.
That's what it seems like.
Okay, so what type of skin does she have? Is she having trouble with her skin being a little oily or excessively dry?
I think this is Renee. Can you,
Comment.
yeah, comment? Thank you.
We'll wait for her to answer.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay,
I
well,
can't. I don't. I'm not able to see any. Hold on. Let me.
can we put the questions up on the screen
I
for a
got
sec?
it. I got it now.
Oh. Mhm.
Ah, there you go. There you go. You did that really well. So there's the
By
question
accident.
for you. I,
I
I don't know what SJOGREN is.
I
I
think
don't know
that's the
what that is.
brand. I
It's
think
a
that's the
type of
brand.
skincare. I mean, I'm not very familiar with it. I have heard of it. I would be glad to do some research for Renee. And uh, what Renee needs to do is she would need to get a hold of me. Would do a skincare analysis with her consultation.
Oh, she's saying it's. Oh, you can see it.
An
It's a.
autoimmune disease that's lupus's cousin.
Oh my, yeah.
So does she have it drives from the inside out? Do you also have trouble with the redness? Do you get the butterfly rash with it?
Would almond oil even help that particular issue?
It would depend if I need to know more about her skin, because if somebody can say I have really dry skin, I use this, but I need to ask more questions like about her lifestyle and all that to figure it out.
I love having you here talking to people who have these issues because it's important
Mhm.
and it's not something that people talk about very often because it's so. There you go. There's the answer right there.
No redness. Okay.
I
All
think
right.
that
I'm just
means
yeah. No redness, so you're just on the dry on the inside out. Do you use an exfoliant on your skin at all, Renee? If you all hear me keep asking about exfoliant, if you don't exfoliate your skin to get the dry skin off, when you moisturize, the only thing you're doing is put moisturizer on top of dead skin that's getting ready to flake off. So moisturizer is not getting through to your actual skin and pores where it needs to be.
oh, that doesn't sound pleasant, does it?
You should be
Interesting.
exfoliating your entire body.
Hmm.
You know, one thing that you do when you work on my feet is you use a salt scrub up and down my legs and on the bottom of my feet. And that, even though it's a little interesting sensation, that salt on the skin is just an amazing thing that you do.
It is. It's good. And depending on the type of skin you have, so they have salt scrubs and they have sugar scrubs.
That's
Okay.
true. What's the
So
difference? Can you tell us?
sure. So just what it says. So a sugar scrub, it has the sugar in it. Some people think that it's a little sticky feeling, if you will. A salt scrub can be a little more coarse. I have both that I use on my body. I tend to use the sugar scrubs if I'm having, like, if my legs are really dry for the day. I tend to use the salt scrub if I'm like through here, sometimes on my chest, my décolleté area, it gets a little bit oilier because it's more exposed. Sometimes I'll do a salt scrub right there because the salt helps to pull the excess oils and things out of your skin. And when we talk about skin, we're not talking about just your face, just, your body is covered in skin. And if your skin is irritated, you can feel irritated too. I had a lady complain about that. She said, something's wrong, something's wrong. I took her a sugar scrub. I said, go take a shower, get scrubbed down real good. She hollered for me. I ran in there. I scrubbed her back for her. When she came out, I took warm towels and just kind of patted her skin with that. And we did some vitamin E oil. She was like a new person.
Incredible. Well, Renee's answering the questions for you. I can't keep up
Yeah,
with them.
salt, dry skin. So Renee, you would want more of a sugar scrub, and I would not do anything that's too abrasive. I think also if you got vitamin E capsules, the actual capsule, not just vitamin E oil, but get a bottle of the capsules, and they can be a little pricey. You get the capsules, and then each capsule you have to pop open yourself. Start putting that on your skin and see how that feels. Vitamin E is one of a really good thing too that you can use. If you find any spray, facial spray or skin spray that has rose in it, rose is one of the top 3 things for your skin that is just wonderful. And plus, rose just smells so beautiful, especially now in the summertime.
Kind of scroll back up because there's some other things that are missed in there.
Okay, let me scroll over to the top. Okay.
I love all these questions. Thank you all for asking questions.
Mhm.
Okay, so Alicia, you were asking about battling the rosacea. We already talked a little bit about that. What you can do is if you send me some pictures of your skin, send it to the phone number. Just text it to me. And if you're up for it, let me look at your skin, and then I could give you a call and we could talk more about some skincare. It's hard to tell because I need to know exactly where your rosacea is at. All right.
I have a question.
Sure.
Have you worked with any skin cases that's related to mold?
So that's funny you say that. Mold kind of goes in that allergy category, but I have people come in and they're broke out. They've got this thing going. They've never been broke out before. Again, you start asking questions. Well, what did you do? Well, we were cleaning out this old building and we were this and we found mold and this ding, ding, ding. There you go. So yeah, mold, mold, think of it as an allergen, and your skin responds to allergies. So yes, it can happen.
I have a thought that this is going really well. I would love it if we could come down to your shop and you could show, demonstrate some of these things that you're talking about. Because, picture's worth 1,000 words, if you know what I mean.
Oh, we could do a live facial, sure. Who would want to be the one that I'm doing all the stuff to?
Dawn, you want to come down?
The dark circle under your eyes. Let me address that. So again, that can be a lot of things, and everything that I'm telling you, nothing is going to be erased 100%. Let's just be honest with that, okay? Especially as we're getting older. The first thing to address the dark circles is I would ask you, how much sleep are you getting? Okay. There are several things you can do. Of course, you've seen the under eye patches. For dark circles, they do make them for under eye patches, but you also want ones that say for puffiness and extra hydration. Okay. The skin around your eye, let me take off my glasses. So the skin around your eye, especially here, see, I've got dark circles right now, is very thin. And so we need to be a little easier when we're working our eye area. If you're putting on eye cream, you never use your finger, your pointer finger, index finger. You use your ring finger. Your ring finger is actually your weakest finger. And you don't ever rub. People do this all the time. You see people rubbing their eyes. You don't want to rub your eyes. You want to take that ring finger and you would just simply tap, 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 tap. That's how you should be putting any type of lotions and cleansers and all around your eye area. Okay. One thing that you can do that I personally do is I wet a washcloth and I'll put it in the fridge. Don't put it in the freezer because we're not trying to freeze your face. I'll put it in the fridge for about 30 minutes before I'm going to bed. And then I simply will lay it over my eyes. And I lay it from hairline to hairline above my eyebrows to the tip of my nose. So this entire area I have this cool washcloth laying there. And I simply just fall asleep while it's laying there. You could do that during the day. Another thing you can do is there are cooling gels that are made for the eye area. Keep that in your refrigerator. And then in the morning, you could put a little bit on. And those things you can put on during the day too. Just to throw this out there, not trying to sell anything, but I am a Mary Kay independent beauty consultant, and I have been for over 20 years. And we have a soothing eye gel, and I keep mine in my fridge. Mornings I put it on, sometimes during the day, at night, that kind of thing. All right, let's see.
Do
Go ahead.
people really use cucumbers like you always see on from the old movies and stuff? They were putting cucumbers on it. Do they really do that?
Yes, ma'am. If you pay attention to a lot of the eye creams and the eye gels and things like that, a lot of those have cucumber extract in them.
I would never have guessed.
Well, I do it sometimes, but I don't cut cut the circles, but sometimes I'll cut them long ways. Like I said, I do above the eyebrow, and I also do down here. But yeah, cucumber is safe, but you have to be careful if you have somebody with allergies, not to make sure you get juice in your eyes. All right, so let me go on here. I have the healthiest skin since I have healed my cut. I don't have blemish. I really use a cleanser and tallow. Okay, I use baking soda, rose crumb, canola. So for Rachel who has acne, again, with that, I would have to assess your skin because there's different levels of acne and there's different kinds. If you have just basic acne, we would talk about, let's see, you say coconut oil and jojoba. I would probably do a different type of cleanser. Sometimes the coconut oil can actually cause too much oil to be made on your skin. So maybe cut back on that, go back to the vitamin E oil. And it would also depend on how you're mixing it. How much baking soda, how much oils are you putting into it? But I would definitely try that. And also a charcoal mask. Charcoal mask is good for everything, especially acne. Put that on, use that charcoal mask, and you'll feel it get really good and tight on your skin because it's pulling all that excess oil and dirt out of the pores. Okay. And then you would just simply wipe it off. Side note, ladies, the charcoal mask is good, especially in the summertime. After you've taken that bra off and you're hot and sweaty there, you do a charcoal mask all along your bra area, and that will help keep those little tiny heat bumps and all from forming. Just a side note there. Okay, let's see. All right, so Miss Tina, not nearly enough sleep. As we get older, we have 100 million things to do. We don't know how we're going to get it all done, but you've got to make sure you're getting that proper rest. Not to be preachy, but that will definitely help with the dark circles. When you timeless from Mary Kay? Yes. Mary Kay is number one. In fact, let me see here. I'm going to go to the settings if I can real quick. Probably not. Anyway, I had a whole display back here. So Mary Kay, Thomas, best stuff in the world. They have different levels. If you look on the back, if you are a Mary Kay user, if you're pink, that means you have drier skin. Purple means you have that combination to oily skin. Again, if anybody has any questions or anything about that, just call me, let me know. I am not charging for shipping this month for all of my Mary Kay orders, just to put that out there, but we're not here to necessarily talk about Mary Kay. But Rachel, thanks for that. Mary Kay is the best. Anything else with the questions for that?
What do you think about red light?
It can help. I'm kind of on the fence. If you come to my spa, you'll see I tried not to get on the bandwagon with whatever the current fad or thing is, I've done a little bit of research. I do think there are a lot of benefits to it, but I'm still a little cautious with it. I have not brought that into my services yet. Maybe, but not yet.
Is there any evidence that actually works?
I think the red light is one of those situations you have to keep up and you have to do it. One service that I offer with my facials is a high frequency machine. One time does not work. It's something that you have to do on a regular basis. So like with a high frequency machine, you really need to be doing that every 3 or 4 weeks. And, time, money, all those things come into account. But with everything, you can't just use one time and expect it to be there.
Yeah.
I think, if I'm not mistaken, and like I said, I'm not 100% educated on the red light, but I think it's something you have to keep up with. And I think they recommend that every 2.5 or 3 weeks if you want to get faster results. Everybody who's been posting in the chat, thank you. I love reading it. Does anybody else have any comment or questions about skincare or makeup?
Oh, I do. I know someone who just recently got a tattoo. Not me, asking for a friend. Is there anything she needs to do with the skin where the tattoo is?
Absolutely. She needs to be making sure she keeps that skin hydrated. Because when you get a tattoo, the skin flakes off. I mean, because it's a big scab. So she needs to make sure that she is keeping it nicely hydrated so that when it does come off, first of all, the color of the tattoo will stay on and she won't have any scarring or irritation left on her arm. All right. Miss Rachel asks, is it true after waxing multiple times the hair stops growing? Miss Rachel, absolutely. Not only does it come in lighter, it's less coarse and it's not as thick. And the beauty of it is when you start waxing, most people have to, let's talk about Brazilian and bikini waxing, for instance. Most people, the first time they come in, they have to come in. The next appointment is usually like that 3-week mark. Do that for a couple of times, and then we'll go to 4 weeks. We'll go to 5 weeks over time. I've had a lady who's been coming to me for over 3 years. She can go almost 3 months in between her waxings for her bikini and Brazilian area. Mm-hmm. We make those packages. Are they healthy and do they actually work? Are you talking about the facial packets? So when you buy anything from Walmart or from like a pharmacy or online, like, if you're on Amazon, it's like a facial package for whatever. Keep in mind that a lot of those things are marketed to be a very general across the board. Okay. They don't specialize in what exactly your skin needs. It's there to help. And yes, we've all tried those things, but just be really careful, especially if you have skin issues. I would say stay clear. Contact me, go to a licensed esthetician. That's what I am, a licensed esthetician, and talk to them. If you're more than welcome to call me or talk to me about it. If you're not in the area, just look up estheticians, and most estheticians will give you a free skin consultation, by the way.
That's interesting.
Yeah,
that was a good question.
It's the same when you buy skincare. Like we all at some point have used some kind of oil of Olay or whatever. And though, yes, they might say for this or this, but again, they're for the general public. Therefore, they're not going to get into extra special needs and concerns. And if you have issues, please go talk to somebody. Let somebody look at your skin, because you may think you have really dry skin and you don't. You have really oily skin with dry patches. So there's all kinds of combinations there that could be your skin type.
I used Proactive for years. I think that stuff ruined my skin, honestly.
So that's for
it's for acne.
For the acne. Sorry, my mind went blank. So let's address that for a second. So a lot of times people will say, I have acne. Okay. And like I said before, there's different types of acne. There's different levels of acne. A lot of times when you have a breakout like that and it's for a couple of months, yeah, you need that acne medicine, but eventually you need to come off of it, because the acne medicine, for most people, this is just that general baseline, it's just to help get your skin set right. And then you need to continue the care of your skin, which is come away from the acne medicine a little bit and get onto a regular skincare routine. I tell people that all the time. You know, I have a lady that came to me, her face was tore up. She said, I have really oily skin, but I can't do this. And what it was is she was using too much of her, I think it was Proactive she was on. So I told her, I was like, you know, she still had a little bit acne. I said, back off of it. Use it every other night instead.
Yeah.
Watch your skin balance out.
That's incredible.
Rachel, are you in the Stanton, Virginia area? I'm asking because of the Brazilian, because I could get you in this weekend, girl. We could get it going. Yeah, you won't have razor bumps when you're waxing. I'll be honest with you, if you've never waxed before, the very first time you do it, you go on to have a little irritation just because that's fresh skin that's never had something waxed. So, but after that, you should be just fine. Okay, I think have I addressed all the comments and
I believe so.
Okay, good. Does anybody have any comments or questions they want to talk about makeup?
Oh, that's a thought. Oh, wait a minute. Let's see. Oh, she's in Ohio. You want to make
Well,
a
if you
trip to
ever this way,
Virginia?
girl, call me.
Come on to Virginia.
That's right. That's right.
So let's
Oh, there's a question.
okay, go ahead with the question. Oh, good.
Oh, absolutely. You can make your own sugar scrub. I recommend that actually. I make my own. I use vitamin E oil. Sometimes I'll put in some eucalyptus. It just depends on what I'm wanting it for. A lot of times I want that sugar scrub in the shower with me because I just want that smell. I like that fresh smell. If you decide to do a sugar scrub and you buy it, there's 100 different kinds out there. One of the good ones is I think it's called Tree Hut that you can get. You can get that at places like TJ Maxx and Ross and everything. The only thing is check for the ingredients in it because as long as you don't have any skin allergies, like some people can't do lavender. Some people can't do the eucalyptus or anything that's mint. So that would be peppermint, that would be wintergreen, that would be the menthol. So, but if you're getting started with a sugar scrub, like a brown sugar scrub or a simple rose sugar scrub, just get something very simple before you start getting into the more complicated. A coffee scrub, absolutely. Coffee is really good for the skin. I would not do a coffee scrub all the time. That would be like a special treat to your body a couple of times a month.
In your field.
It's good for the energy field coffee is. I despise coffee, so I do it gingerly because I don't like the smell.
Would putting vitamin E oil in your bath be beneficial?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, no.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. They actually, I think they make a vitamin E bath oil that is specific for that. Yeah. The only thing is, everybody pay attention to this. If you are doing a bath and you're putting oils in your tub and soaking that
slippery.
tub, slippery. Right. When you go to get out, it's going to be a slippery mess. Yeah. I would recommend putting a hand towel in the bottom of the tub with you so you have some traction when you stand up.
Good thinking. Mm-hmm. I never thought of that. That's fascinating.
Mm-hmm. Any other questions?
What do you think about retinol? You always hear about, retinol makes you look younger. It gets rid of the lines. I don't know. What do you think about retinol?
I think retinol is wonderful. That's magic right there. You have to be careful with it. So I have really sensitive skin and I have chronic allergies. So I have to be really careful. So for me, I can't do retinol every day. It's more a couple of times a week type of thing. I would definitely talk to an esthetician or the next time you go to your doctor and ask them if retinol is okay for your skin because it can cause irritation if it's not done properly. Retinol is usually done, people have usually put it on at night opposed to the morning because the sun can affect it. which would the sun can affect the retinol, which would cause rashes and things on your skin. How often should you do a sugar scrub? That depends on your body. If you're doing it for the body, 2 or 3 times a week. If you're doing a sugar scrub on your face, depending on if you're excessively oily, I would do it like 3 times a week. If you're excessively dry, 3 times a week. If you have oilier skin, like once every like 10 days, you have to be careful. I would have to know exactly what type of skin you have before I can give you a definite answer on that.
That's a good question.
Mm-hmm.
Is it the same with salt scrub? Is it the same?
Mm-hmm. It's the same. If you have really dry skin and you're using a salt scrub every day, you are just going to tear your skin up because the salt will pull out extra oils and things.
Yeah, it makes sense to me.
I love all the comments and questions. Keep them coming.
Yeah, wait, that's a really nice interactive. This is probably the most interaction we've had, except for our crystal guy that came on a couple of times. But people are asking a lot of questions that are good questions. So don't stop, people.
That's right. Okay, for men honestly probably have worse skin than women. Why? Because men don't take care of themselves at all. So yes, men sugar scrubs probably are better for a man unless someone does have really dry, oily skin. Most men don't. When we do facials for men at the spa, it's most of the time they have that really dry skin. So I recommend the sugar scrubs and I recommend vitamin E oil and a regular skincare routine for their entire body. I have a lot of new clients too.
Can we put up the address for the spa in case people are local and they want to find you?
I don't know if I have the address. Let me see.
It's 112 South New Street in Stanton. I'm near the train station.
And Mill Street Grill. You're right there next to Mill Street Grill and the Indian restaurant.
Let me make sure everybody understands that since COVID, which yes, we all use that excuse, but it's by appointment only. And right now, my dad's health is not the best, so it is by appointment only. If I am not at the spa, then I'm usually helping my dad. And I do have a few of my clients that I go to their home to take care of them. Some of my older couples. Okay, when you're making your own sugar scrub, what kind of sugar should you use? There's different types. If you want a softer, finer grain, and when you're making your own scrubs and things at home, remember, you're not using the preservatives, you're not using the additives. So the scrub is only going to last you a couple of days before it starts to go bad. You can use regular white sugar. If you want a coarser one, use the raw sugar in it. Okay. I would stick with those two for right now until you get your skin gets used to using them and you figure out which one feels best for you. And be careful if you use the raw sugar because that is, like I said, more coarse.
Can we tell them about the surprise you had us make for people that are watching?
Oh, absolutely. Go ahead.
Well, why don't you tell them a little bit about that? And we'll put the surprise up while you're talking.
Okay. Do you have the slide?
We do.
Okay.
There it is.
So
Very
right
pretty.
there, everybody, are some specials that I'm running for this podcast. They are great deals going on right now. And Alina, you did a beautiful job. This is so pretty. Like,
thank you.
Paper copies just to put in the spa.
Of course.
If you look, each one of these sessions is very unique. And we do talk about aromatherapy. We talk about sensual therapy. We talk about sensory therapy, breathing therapy, sound therapy. All of those things matter when you're doing a session. When you come into the spa, there's a nice quiet room. That's what starts off your sensory journey. And we start getting into all these other things. So the self-healing session, the neck and scalp massage. If you've never had a scalp massage, you are cheating yourself. Then we do a little mini facial. That's going to be a double cleanse and a mask, a toner, and some hydration. We'll do the Reiki, the aromatherapy, the sound therapy, the sensory therapy, all of that, and the breathing techniques will be incorporated at the beginning, during, and the end of the service. Makeup consultation, that can be video. We can do it in person. I love makeup, so that's always a lot of fun. We'll talk about your color palette, techniques, and how to apply.
Do you sell makeup?
Mary Kay, that's all I do. I'm an Aveda spa, so I do have Aveda products at the spa, but everything else is Mary Kay. And then
does Mary Kay offer any organic makeup yet?
No, not yet.
Okay.
They're getting there. But I do know where, like, the organic, there's a makeup called Concrete Elements.
Mm-hmm.
If you go to, what is that? Color Pop, they have a lot of organic. And I do have a lot of those kinds of makeups, like I use with, when I'm, like, if you come and do a makeup session,
yeah,
I have a lot of that.
Okay.
For the Reiki session, that is a steal right there, because we're going to be in there for a long time. And we also start off our Reiki sessions by addressing the room and preparing the room itself, which is a whole ritual.
Mm-hmm.
The health, wellness, beauty, and pampering. There you go. Do we really need to say anything else about that? So that's also going to be, I think we forgot to put that on there, but there's also a facial with that one too. And it's a little bit longer, a facial. That's probably my goof up. Don't worry about that.
If you want to keep a copy, make a screenshot of this information that's up there right now. That way you know it, you can see it again. You can show her that you actually were watching the podcast. And it's a really lovely thing that you were willing to do that for people that watch.
Oh, well,
that's very
yes.
exciting.
That's, you have to say thank you for people who take the time out of their day to talk to you and subscribe. And that's how I can do it. Make sure people understand that I thank them for being there, thank them for paying attention. And, that goes a long way. There's nothing wrong with being kind.
No, absolutely not. We have a celebration, sort of, I guess, an event here in this little town that is based on some really big movies that have to do with a wizard that we probably can't say on air. And they call it Mystery and Magic here. Do you get a lot of people just on that weekend, or do they bypass you? What happens on that weekend?
Every year it's different. The last couple of years I have not been here for that weekend, and I'm not going to be here this year either. I have my auntie and I like to run off for a few days, and it's always that weekend. Usually during Harry Potter, though, we'll do some fun things. For instance, we'll do eye makeup, the house colors. But my funnest, though, is when people want to do, they play out what the whole name, the whole mischief and magic, and let me do their makeup like that. And we do a lot of dark purples, a lot of blues, have a lot of fun with it.
I bet you're fun at Halloween.
Oh, yeah.
Just say it.
Yeah, we do a lot. We do it. And Renee, no, I can do Reiki over the phone or a video chat.
You can do consultations that way too, right? You could do that over the phone.
With video chat, I mean, we can talk about your skin. I can do a consultation that way. We can do makeup. I can do a makeup class online now.
Neat.
I do that quite often, actually.
Oh, that's cool. If you let us know when that is, we can always help you promote it if you'd like us to. We'd be happy to do that.
Are there any more questions about the skincare or Reiki or waxing or anything? Anybody have a question about makeup?
Well, since we've talked about skin, and I really don't do makeup, so I'm not a good one to be asking a question, but as a non-makeup person, when people use a lot of makeup, and it probably affects the way the skin reacts to the makeup, correct? How do they take the makeup off without causing more damage to the skin?
I'm so glad you asked that because that's what I wanted to do was do makeup and skincare. So again, it just goes back to skincare routine. I can't say that enough. So when you're applying, you put your makeup on, and there's techniques of how to make your makeup go on smoother and more evenly. And at the end of the day, yes, you have to wash your makeup off every day, every night before you go to bed for several reasons. One, you don't want makeup on your pillowcase. Two, it will irritate your skin, and you don't want to be rubbing your eye and rubbing mascara or eyeliner into your eye. So it goes back to that skincare routine. But you have an eye makeup remover that you would use a cotton swab to take off your eye makeup. And you always want to go down. So you would simply go down 1, 2, 3. Then the other side 1, 2, 3. And then when you wash your face, you would take your cleanser that you're using, and you want to do a double cleanse when you're wearing your makeup. So when I say that, I mean you're going to wash your face and you go into your hairline, put a headband in, go all the way into your hairline, all the way around, and come down on your throat and the side of your neck. I come all the way into my décolleté. Make sure that you wash. You rinse it off and do it one more time, because that first go around doesn't always get your makeup off. And then you would use your toner, put some toner on a cotton pad and wipe your face really good with that. That's also going to help take any makeup that might still be there.
Would frankincense be a toner?
Frankincense?
Yeah.
So that is an essential oil. You have to be careful with your skin type, but I would not personally use it as a toner. I might put a couple of drops in my toner, but that would not be my base.
Okay.
And you have to be careful when you're working with essential oils like that, dependent on how they're made. Is it a pure oil? Is it an oil blend? How is it made? How is it processed? All of that matters when you're putting those oils on your skin. So just kind of keep that in the back of your mind.
Okay.
Makeup session for anybody who is with the podcast is $45, and that's in person or over the phone. Okay.
That's a really good price.
It is. It's up there. In fact, July 1st, all my prices are going to go up a little bit. My first price increase since in 11 years.
Wow.
A witch hazel is a great toner. Again, just be careful because the witch hazel can cause dryness.
Mm-hmm.
So, Renee, Renee, you and I just got to get together, girl. Depending on the type of skin and everything you have and how your skin does, is witch hazel something you could use twice a day, once a day, every other day? It depends. And I know some of you are asking questions and want a very specific answer, but it's hard to say because everybody's different. Everybody's skin's different. Everybody's skin reacts differently. Well, Renee, you got any more questions about makeup? Was there anything particular? Oh, and Tina, you're welcome, honey.
I bet she's at work or something, so she's a little maybe delayed with her responses.
That's okay. That's okay.
I wonder, see, we're now in the summer here, and where we live is very humid and often very hot. But suppose people are going on vacation, the 4th of July is coming up, that 2 weeks in July is when people are always on the road. Do you have any suggestions how that they can keep the sweat off their body and keep it cool and comfortable, and what they can, if they have to pack light, say if they're going to Europe, for example, or they're doing something bigger than that, what they should or shouldn't take with them as essential? Can you kind of talk about that a little bit?
Essentials would be your cleanser, moisturizer, toner, and sunscreen. Those are the 4 things. Okay. All right, Renee, we'll talk about eyeliner in just a second. Those are the main things that you need to have. And the toner, because if you're in the summertime and more people are outside in the sun, that toner is going to help keep that skin in balance. Okay. As far as makeup, the essentials now, depending on who you talk to, because you told me I have to leave one of my makeup steps behind, we're gonna have an issue. But for the summertime, if you're a person that does liquid foundation, drop the liquid foundation and just use a powder and only do the places that you absolutely need. Everybody has that sun-kissed look right now. Everybody's freckles are popping out. It's all beautiful and it's all good. I tell people all the time, find your own beauty, find it. So, like for instance, I have a couple of freckles right here that are a little deeper than the rest of them. Pat a little powder right there. Might pat a little powder right here, right here. Just try to go a little lighter with that. I would take 2 eyeshadows and a mascara. And that's pretty much all you need. Hold on, I need to plug my computer in real quick. All right, we still there?
Sounds like an emergency. Yeah,
Okay.
that just sounds like an emergency, doesn't it?
I know, computer. Okay. So yeah, so I would start with those simple things there. The reason why I say no eyeliner is because you can use eyeshadow as an eyeliner, which actually works really great in the summertime. Eyeliners can be have oils in them and have a greasy feel, so you can use your eyeshadow as an eyeliner and it'll go on a little softer, a little better. Take 2 eyeshadows. You want to take a base color that matches the color of your just to make your skin even on your eyelashes. Then take another color for a highlighter, whether that is a peach color or blue or green or purple. Keep it really simple. All right. So Renee is asking me how to apply eyeliner. So one thing that you can do, and let me get this because I brought it. Okay. So when you have your eyeliner pencil, this is actually a lip liner. Let's pretend it's eyeliner. There's several things that people do wrong. First of all, you want to make sure that when you're holding your eyeliner pencil and you go to when you go to start putting on your eyeliner, you're not making a straight line. Okay. People tend to put the tip of the eyeliner down and just, no, don't do that. What you're going to do is you're going to take and you're going to do itty bitty kind of like little dashes and connect them slowly. Okay. You get a softer look. And then you're going to take a eyeshadow brush and you're going to take one of the thinner ones and you're just going to go over it and blend it right in. And it's a softer look and it will stay on longer, especially in the heat of the summer.
That's incredible. How about if people are in salt water, for example? Can they still have makeup that won't like wash off? Can you tip your camera down just a teeny bit? Because we just have you above the chin. There you go. Perfect. But, people still want to look good on the beach. Is there what they can wear that won't wash off in, say, the ocean?
When we go to the beach, I put my makeup on just like normal. I do back off of the liquid foundation, like I said, and do more of a powder. And then to touch up, I take my compact, which is my hard powder or pressed powder. Because, I mean, you got to be looking good because what if John Bon Jovi walks up to me and asks me to go out have drinks with him? I got to be ready. So, and again, a lot of the problem that people have is not necessarily the type of makeup that they're using or whatever. It's how they're applying it. It's a lot of makeup problems is how you're applying it. Like, do you have a crappy set of brushes or do you have a nice set of brushes? And people are like, but makeup brushes are so expensive. They are, but you need a really good set. You have to be careful. Cheaper makeup brushes, um, the bristles on the makeup brush. So the bristles here, you want a nice soft brush. A lot of times the brushes are made of a very thin, very light plastic almost, and that can actually damage your skin microscopically. So I would tell people invest in a good set of brushes, okay? You can get a set for like $65 that's got every brush that you need for all your makeup application. I love makeup brushes. I collect makeup brushes. I have every size, shape, color because I love them, you know. Um, and a lot of that, so when you're applying it, it will help. Also, another thing when you're with your makeup is if setting spray does help. People don't think it does. Put your makeup on, setting spray, let it set for a couple of seconds, and it also helps.
Are the brushes natural bristles or are they synthetic?
These are natural bristles. Some of the synthetic are fine. They're made just like this, but you have to be really, really careful with what you're buying. Um, I always have to pick the brush up. I have to feel it. I go across there. I have to look at it. I look up the brand, see how it's made and everything. Renee asked me, do I suggest a certain kind of brushes? Well, of course, I have Mary Kay brushes, but I also have uh, these are called I'm drawing a blank. Those I think they're called the Modena, Modena, and you can buy these at like Ross, TJ Maxx, things like this. I love these brushes. I did my research on them. They're very soft. They come in different shapes, color, size for all your application needs. But again, there's a lot of makeup brushes brands out there. Um, One way to know that you're getting a good set, if you look up makeup artist brushes, and you can look them up on Amazon. I ordered a set for makeup because I do makeup for the local theater for the actors and actresses. And I got a really good set. I think it was like 12 different brushes in there for like $80.
I didn't know you did that. We have a Shakespearean theater here in town. So if you come to see Jessica, there are a lot of historic places and things you can visit that'll be fun. And that's one of them. I did not know you did that.
Well, I actually work with Shannon Arts.
You work with them too. That's great.
And Oak Grove Theater. Love it. Have so much fun.
Oh, that's a well-known theater, the Oak Grove Theater. That's exciting that you do that. I had no idea you did that. Do you have any other secret talents we don't know about?
I probably do, but that's another show. Renee, did that help you at all? And does anybody else have any questions about anything?
I think this is just
What about
lovely.
you two? Do y'all have any questions?
Alina, I've been asking all the questions. It's your turn.
I've been asking questions. Come on.
Yeah, but I talk more than you.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, that's true.
I don't know.
She walks. She's got this doggie that likes to walk. So she walks probably 6 to 7 miles a day in the sun, in the heat, in the rain, in the snow. What should she do to protect her, especially her face, but also her hands when she's out with this silly doggie doing that? He's a cute doggie.
You know what I'm getting ready to say. Sunscreen, sunscreen.
I use
Honestly,
castor oil.
you still need the
Doesn't that-
sunscreen. You want the sunscreen that has the zinc in it. If it doesn't have the zinc in it, yeah, it helps, but it's not 100%.
I'm using a beef tallow blend that has zinc in it for summer.
Okay, there you go.
Yeah, I love it.
The zinc is
Really
what you want to look for. And it also causes the lotions to be a little thicker. And you're kind of like, wait a minute, but that's what you're looking for. Yeah.
I try to minimize the chemicals. I had a dog with really bad seizures, and it put me down some rabbit holes that, yeah.
I understand.
Is there anything you would tell people absolutely do not do that, even if it's a popular thing?
Do not go to sleep with your makeup on. Do
Oh,
not.
that's a good one.
Okay.
You
Yeah.
got a number two?
Do not go outside without wearing sunscreen.
Okay. Does some foundation have sunscreen in it, or is that just
No,
mythological?
there are lots of makeups that has sunscreen. Mary Kay has a
Mhm.
foundation that has sunscreen in it, you know. Um me but I'm also a melanoma survivor, so I preach it a little differently. But in the mornings before I get dressed, I strip completely naked, and I put sunscreen everywhere. It's just part of my routine. It's what I do. A lot of people, especially the ones that look so beautiful and they go outside and they tan, they don't think of that. You still need sunscreen, especially your face, your décolleté, and your hands, because you don't realize how much sun exposure, those areas get.
Mm.
Another thing I would not do is if you have a full-fledged breakout on your skin, do not use any type of scrub on it if unless you know what is going on with your skin. If you have any type of breakout, even if it's like a rash or something, you can use that scrub, which will cause it to get aggravated, and it can spread from this spot everywhere and
Mm.
potentially other parts of your body. Because think about it, if you're scrubbing your face, you know, especially if you're in a shower, you're
Uh-huh.
scrubbing your face, you might accidentally do your hands or something. You know what I mean? So you have to be really careful with those kinds of things. Do not, and I was famous for this, but do not take a lighter to your eyeliner. Now,
A
I am an age
lighter.
child, and we know we used to do that back in the day, but don't do that. Okay? Don't do that. Another thing is make sure that you do not get your mascara too close to the inside of your eye. People make that mistake true. Renee is asking, is it true being in front of a computer all day, you need a sunscreen? Depends on your computer. It depends on how much brightness you have coming. I think a lot of that is protection for the eyes is the main thing. So just be careful because some computer screens they look like they could light up the entire East Coast. So just be careful. Um, I think those are the main things. And also make sure that when you're doing your mask or anything like that, the best time to do a skin mask is do your skin mask before you're going to get in the shower, especially on the night that you're washing your hair, because then you're going to get it all off. I've had people come in before and they hadn't gotten all their mask off and went to bed and it was irritated in places and they were blotchy looking.
Oops.
Yeah, those simple things like that.
You want to know what happened to me with the mask?
What?
And it's pretty funny. It was like I don't sleep because of this crazy cat. So it was like 5 o'clock in the morning, and I get a text from Walmart saying your package is about to be delivered. I'm like, it's 5 o'clock in the morning. What are they talking about? I go to the door and I ask this man that's delivering the pack, why are you here so early? He said, I don't know. It's a new thing they have. Okay. I get the package, I shut the door, and he was looking at me really strange. He was really looking at me like, well, I don't think I want to stay here very long. He kind of had that frightened look. I go into the bathroom, flick the light on, and I still had my mask on. I'd forgotten I put it on when I got the text because it happened. So I was looking at him with this totally white mask on. He probably thought I was crazy. To the door with the mask on my face. I went, oh, no wonder he had that look. It was so funny. I laughed about it for the rest of the day. It was just too much.
That's awesome.
Well,
So,
hopefully it was okay.
well, it was just funny because I'm thinking he's really looking at me strangely. I just couldn't figure out what was going on with that. I mean, I barely had time to put clothes on, so I wasn't thinking about, because here's this, you're getting a package in 5 minutes. No, you can't do that. I'm not ready for a package. That's crazy. So we're about out of time. So let's show that coupon one more time if we can, and also Jessica's information. And we're going to tell you this has been an absolutely lovely experience. And if anybody else has one more question, you still have time to get it in before Jessica leaves us. And of course, subscribe if you can. And there's her phone number. It's a lovely place. Her spa is a beautiful, beautiful place. And she does almost everything herself. And you might see some otherworldly beings in there while you visit with her because they're there. And yeah, you're very informative, and this is very exciting. I'd love to do a live if Alina comes uh, down here to visit again. We should do a live in the spa, I
That
think,
would be
and
cool.
she could do a demo on you.
Oh yeah. Well,
Mhm.
we could do a facial on one, and we could do like eyeshadow application on the other. So we could do a lot of
Nice.
things. We got a lot of things. Well, I really appreciate you having on here. I've had a lot of fun. I can't believe an hour and a half has gone by so quickly.
It went fast, did it? But
Mhm.
you are really full of information. We got really good questions from our audience. That was really exciting too, because sometimes we don't have that interaction. But we've had a good number of people here asking really nice questions. So thank
Yes.
you all, because we need you.
Yeah. Thank you to everybody. I love talking about skincare and makeup, and just remember to find your own beauty. And that doesn't mean facial beauty. I mean, find your own beauty within yourself and make sure that you fall in love with something every day, whether it's a sound, a moment, a food, whatever. Make sure you do that.
Now, may we post your coupon on our pages so that people can find
Absolutely. Post
you
it
even?
everywhere.
Okay, we'll do that.
Share the news. Thank you all.
You're
You're so
welcome.
you're so
Thank you.
welcome. Any last words? And we do want to say again, we dedicate this to your dad, Ike, because we
Thank
know he's
you.
been going through some stuff, and we're glad your daughter dropped in for a minute. That's so
Oh,
sweet.
yes.
That's
I should have
sweet.
known. No, just oh, you're well. Oh, thank you, Rachel. That was very sweet. Thank you, Tina. Everybody else, Renee. Thank you, and hopefully we'll get back together soon.
Yeah.
I think this was it was lovely. It was absolutely lovely. And you and I had talked about you having your own podcast. I think you could do that in a heartbeat. I think you could have online makeup classes. I think you could do anything you want to because
Mhm.
you could do it. I know
Thank
you could
you.
do it. And
Thank
if
you
we
for the
can help
encouragement.
you, I'm involving my partner in crime up there in the corner. If there's anything we can do to help you with that, we will do that.
Thank you. I appreciate it. I'll be definitely talking to you guys about all this.
Well, hopefully you're seeing me soon. I think you see me at the end of this month, first of the
I
next
know.
month.
More to talk about. Anytime you want me to come on the show, just let me know. If your
We
people
will.
want me, I'll be glad to come back.
Oh,
Thank
they
you.
do. I'm sure they do. So thank you so much, and we're really grateful. You've been a great guest, and we're so excited that you came. You're our first guest that has conquered health, wellness, self care, and Reiki. Hey, you can't,
It,
and
that's
ghosts
the fun
too. How about
stuff.
that?
That's the fun stuff. The rest of it, we'll figure it out,
Oh, you've gotten some more thank yous in there and
Thank you
yeses.
all for coming in. Thank you all so much.
All right. Well, you have a good rest of your day, and
You
I hope
too.
people watching this will enjoy you as much as we have. Thank you so
Perfect.
much.
Thank y'all. Have a good
Bye,
day.
everyone. Thank you.
Bye.